Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to day 3 of the Limitless Leader Accelerator Masterclass, the workshop. I'm so excited that you guys are here. You guys have been doing such hard work. We've been checking the comments that you've been making. You guys have been doing the homework. We've been getting emails, a lot of emails from all of you. And it's super exciting to see that you're really taking it on. Just 2 simple tools over the last couple of days, and so many drastic changes are happening. Alexis, it's been exciting reading the comments.
Yes, we loved it. Everything from your words are still pouring in, your 3 clarity words, and a lot of you shared a similar sentiment in that you have never really realized how impactful a simple assessment could be, and that you've just never stopped to ask yourself those questions or actually reflect on what was great or what didn't work during the day and how much you loved it. So we are so glad that you are loving these tools, that you're loving this conversation that we're having with you. And we're excited to continue the momentum and keep moving forward with you.
Yes, and today is really, really impactful. So we're excited to get into it. But first, let's remind you of, the bonuses and the giveaways that we have, and remind you, for those of you who are just now tuning in on day 3, it's not too late to catch up. You can binge watch and catch up on day 1 and day 2. The recording is in the community, in the Facebook community itself. If you're, lost, you don't know where to find anything, just put in the thing, I don't know who my concierge is. And then Jamie will be reaching out to you. She will be in your DMs, helping you where to find all of the recordings. If you're watching us stream into YouTube, we can write in the playlist. We'll have all of the recordings. And if you're registered, which is the best place to be if you're registered, because everything will be in your emails, all the recordings, the workbook, everything that you need throughout this week. So if you don't have your workbook, comment below, because this is key to get all the tools for this 3-day masterclass. And so make sure you comment below that I need my workbook, and we'll make sure that we get that to you immediately. All right. So bonuses. So what we had was invite 5 friends, right? We're high performers. We want to make sure that our community is also included, right? So we know that you are dedicated to leveling up your game. And we know that if you're probably around other people who have that similar aspiration. So make sure that you invite them in, tag them here, let us know that they're here so that we can give you your surprise giveaway, which is the productivity planner. It's not so much of a surprise, is it? But you don't want to miss this, right? Yeah, this is a daily productivity planner that you really want to have in your back pocket, in your front of your computer every single day, because it will help you stay on track, performing at the level that you want. You want to achieve those goals in 90 days. You want to have that growth mindset. You want to be showing up optimistic and influential in front of everyone. Then you want to make sure that you grab that planner. And all you have to do is invite 5 friends to the workshop. Okay, so that's one of the bonus giveaways. Tomorrow we're going to hop on live on day 4. So after this is complete, and we're going to announce a bonus giveaway to the most engaged audience here. So whoever's been attending and registered and been working with us and have been in the DMs, in the comments, then we were going to do the count how many are engaged and how engaged you are. And based off of that, we've got a special bonus for you. So it's not too late. You can still catch up, do all the homework from day 1, day 2, and then of course at the end of day 3 today, then we are going to tally that up and announce that tomorrow. Plus we may have a couple of other bonuses that happen as well. So stay engaged with us. And if you want to have a call with us, you can do that too. We will drop the link down in the comments for you to book a call with us. In fact, let me just put that up really quick, because you may be thinking, oh, I want to talk to you guys now. So if you want to book a call, a quick 15-minute connect call, get to know us, you tell us, how this really worked for you, or have any burning question you really want to ask one-on-one, feel free to book a call. It's bit.ly, so bit.ly/GSC Meet. And our Alexis and my calendar are merged. So depending on what time you choose, one of us will hop on with you for a quick call. All right. So Alexis, the last couple of days, we went into how to show up, influence anyone, anywhere. And yesterday we went into how to really, the secret to productivity, right? That little known secret of productivity. And today we're going to be talking about never second guess your decisions. So shall we get into it?
Yes, this is such a great conversation, because we know that great leaders, they can make decisions quickly, confidently, and not only that, but they understand that, they're able to learn from any decision that doesn't work out as planned. And so, but they don't just kind of go off and just say, pick a hand or heads or tails. They actually have a little bit of strategy when it comes to decision making. And oftentimes we think about decision making when it is like between two options. Sometimes it's whether to move forward on a project, or maybe to take a new job or a new project on. Maybe it's in a relationship. Maybe it is something, how you're going to add something to your plate that is maybe already seeming full. And so a lot of times we just sort of have tunnel vision, and we might look at, what's that quick return going to be? Bandwidth, right? Can I add this extra thing in? And we're not really expanding beyond that, right? And what happens is we make a hasty decision that we're like, oh, we got this, we can do this. And then in a couple days, a couple weeks, it turns out to really, often not being what we had set out to try to accomplish. Maybe we were trying to accomplish streamlining processes, and it's something now that's overwhelming us. Or a new opportunity has turned into more work than you anticipated, with not the payoff or the result that you're looking for. So we really want to go into, how do you make these decisions and be confident? Be confident and stand firm in your decisions. What areas do you need to check in with yourself in order to confidently make these decisions? And then once you start making decisions, and maybe you do make a decision that doesn't really work out as planned, you're able to look back, and because you had a framework, because you had something to guide you in the decision-making process, it's a lesson learned, right? Because at the time you did your due diligence, you thought outside of the box beyond just your immediate return. And maybe that was the reason that decision was put in front of you in the first place, was to learn a lesson. So we would love to share with you an incredible tool that we use all the time. Our clients love it. And it's a really simple framework, but it allows you to make these decisions more confidently by checking in the right areas for yourself.
That's right. So there's 4 key questions that you need to be asking yourself. So those of you who have your workbook, and again, if you don't have your workbook, put it in the comments below that I don't have my workbook, and we'll get that to you. But we can still walk you through this, okay? So there are 4 key questions that you need to be asking yourself. And when you're looking at this opportunity evaluator, you can use this 2 ways. One could be that you're just making a decision on one thing, is either to do it or not to do it. Or you could be making a decision between, you've got it narrowed down to 2, and you don't know which one to go with, okay? So if that's the case, then you would have something in option A and something in option B, okay? So you would write those in. Then understanding the rating scale that we're going to be using is that 1 is that it's weak, it's probably non-existent, and then 5 would be strong. You strongly are aligned with the question that's being asked, okay? So the first question that we're going to be asking, so you've got your option A, your option B, is the impact. So the question will be, which option leads to the greatest positive impact in your life? So when you're looking at your option to do it or not do it, or up against another opportunity, you want to look at what option has the greatest positive impact on your life. Really think about that. Which one would have? And it's most likely that one is a little bit heavier than the other. It could be that both of them would have the same. So if that's the case, scale both of them the same. So for option A, scale yourself from 1 to 5. For option B, scale yourself to 1 to 5. Okay.
And it's really helpful in this area when we're talking about positive impact. Do that life tour, right? Maybe, depending on what the decision is, whether it's in business or not, but still, even if it is in business, our personal, professional lives are tied, right? They're not completely separated. So you may think, like, in terms of our relationships, is there a positive impact there by this decision? In our health, is there, in our well-being, maybe it's our physical health, maybe it's our mental well-being. Is there a positive impact there? Whether it could be in our bank accounts, right? There could be some really great ROI on one or both of the options. So where is that positive impact? And I think it's important for you to define that for yourself as well, going into asking yourself this question. So don't just look at just that immediate return. Kind of do the life tour and look at where the possible positive impact is coming in what part of your life.
Yes. Now, question number 2 is growth. Okay. Which would help you grow more? Is it option 1 or is it option 2? And rate yourself for each one. And think about, as Alexis described, it's how is it going to help you grow in your skills? Which one will help you grow more in your skills? Or maybe it's in your knowledge, the skills or the knowledge that you need to have, or to go forward, right? Maybe it's in your relationship, for your relationships to hit that next level. Maybe one will have more impact than the other. And then as a person, for whatever goals and aspirations you have for yourself, how will this have an impact in your personal growth? Okay. So you want to rate what each one, whether it's option A or option B, each one individually, rate yourself from 1 to 5. Another thing is, if you're leaning towards a 3, you're like, oh, it's a 3. Let's put an X on that 3. It's either a 2 or it's a 4. So choose which way it's leaning towards, whether it's a 2 or 4. Try to avoid the 3, because it's so easy to just say, it could be 3, right? That's just kind of a cop out, I say.
Yeah.
But really, really think about it.
This is a big one. Growth is a big one. And this is, I think, where, when I've shared this before with my colleagues, with my clients, with even just friends, they're like, I've never thought about my growth, right? Like, oftentimes you might think, what's going to be the easiest option? What is, but when you really think about it in terms of your own personal growth, what is going to stretch you, right? Sometimes, like I said, we're often swayed by the easier option, the more familiar option, the comfier option, but we don't grow within our comfort zone. So what option is going to maybe put you in unfamiliar territory and allow you to really grow, develop, progress forward in a specific area of your life? This is, I think, out of these 4 questions we're sharing with you, these 4 areas, this is my favorite. And this is, I think, the most overlooked. So when we're talking about the first one, which we're talking about impact, that could be a positive impact in that, this option A gives you more time to be at home, right? That's a positive impact. Growth means, how does it stretch you as an individual? Are you learning a new skill, as Maureen said? Are you gaining knowledge in some area? Is it expanding your network and putting you in contact with people that are going to allow you that are going to teach you something, challenge you in some way, right? So I love this one.
Yes. Now, let's get into the third one. All right. This third one is really, really important, right? It's the heart. It's which option feels right to you and pulls your heart, right? And this one's really, really important, because we are human beings, not human doings. Okay. So make sure that you really are looking into which one is pulling your heart, which is pulling that emotion that, yes, this feels right. This feels like the way to go. So many times Alexis and I are aligned on things. We're like, it just feels right. Feels right. It's going to help our impact is going to level up. Our growth is going to go to another level, and it feels right. Mm-hmm. So if that's there, and it's most likely it's leaning towards one or the other, right? One option or the other. So make sure you rate yourself appropriately from 1 to 5 for option A and option B. Okay. And then number 4 is the head. Which option is logically the best choice? Which is the stronger yes for you? Okay. So don't think about anybody else, but really think about it for you. Are you going to be able to put your all in it? When you're thinking about it, you're like, yes, immediately, yes, this is what I need to be doing. So think about that. When there's nothing else, no other factors, no other variables that are impacting you, that's what you want to be thinking about, that this is my stronger yes. Rate yourself from 1 to 5 on each one of those options.
Yeah, I love this framework specifically because, you know, sometimes we may make decisions just based solely on emotion. Sometimes we do it solely on what's logical, right? Well, this makes more sense because it's cheaper, or because I'll make more money, or whatever that like logical thing your brain tells you. And I like that you're considering all 4 of these areas, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to lean into our intuition more. That heart question, like what feels right to you? What are you pulled towards? That's an emotional question, right? But we're also considering like what's logical, right? We're not going to just go off on a whim with without kind of considering our other obligations or responsibilities, or, you know, how this decision may affect other things. But we are considering all of these areas, and I think that's how you're able to confidently make the decision, because you know you've checked in on all these different areas and you have a decision on a really good foundation.
That's right. Okay. So now that you've all filled this out, and I hope you use something that you're making a decision on in the past that you maybe are questioning yourself or second guessing yourself on, or something that you're contemplating now. This is the greatest tool to use. And because what you're going to do now is add up the score for your option A from all 4, and then add up the score for option B. And now, for if any of the options scored less than 12, then you know that's automatically no. Mm-hmm. And then one should be higher than the other. But even if both of them were less than 12, probably both aren't. You need to keep looking, whatever those options are for you. Okay. So now that you have this, I want you to think about it. Now that you've made a decision, okay, this is what happens. Okay. I don't know how else to explain this, but when you make a decision, everything shifts for you. Everything shifts and starts to align for you. The way you start to operate, the way you start to focus, the goals you start to make, everything shifts. For example, Alexis and I, are working with a new marketing strategist. And as soon as we made that decision, every decision we now start making has ultimately the goals that we've made with that marketing strategist, right? It's a good example to use. Or when you sign up for a very simple, like a health program, right? You did it because you want to do something better for your health, right? Then every decision you're going to be making around your meals, around your health, around your sleep, around everything is going to start shifting. So this is why it's so important that when you're making these decisions, you're very confident in them, and then you start to shift the way you're operating, the way you're thinking, the way you're putting structures into place so that you are achieving those goals for yourself. So really use this tool and tell us, what is it that you're going to start making a decision on? Tell us, like, what are your profound, findings you have? I think I told you all earlier, or maybe it was on another thing, that I said that we had a client of ours that said that she was contemplating all this time. She had made a decision maybe a year ago, and she couldn't sleep at night because she just kept thinking, maybe I made the wrong decision. And it was a really life-changing decision for herself and for her family. And after doing this particular tool, she said she slept so good that night that she hasn't slept in years. I know, it literally brought me to tears because that's how much of an impact it had for her. That's what happens, Alexis, when we are stuck and we don't know which direction to go and somebody to help us. Sometimes we have to make decisions on our own. When we're leaders, sometimes we're all in it alone. We have no one to turn to. We feel that we don't have anyone to turn to. So having these impactful tools are really, really vital, right? To give you that stress relief, to get you moving into the right direction, rather than being stuck and contemplating, do I do this or do I do that? Or how do I figure this out? What if I make the wrong decision? make the decision, use the tool, and start moving forward. Another thing I always say is failure is not an option. It doesn't exist. Failure just does not exist. It's all in the way what we say. Whatever failure means or success means to me means something different to Alexis, or something different to you. For some people, it's power. For some people, it's monetary. For some people, it's whatever it is, vacation trip, whatever that is. But failure, when we fail, we're really learning something. There's a success on the other side. On the polar opposite of it is all the successes that you get. And it's so easy to focus on all the things that are not happening. It happens even to the best of us. So what's great with working with Alexis is like we check ourselves. We're like, well, let's think back. What did we learn from this? So we never really failed.
Yeah.
Sometimes those learnings outweigh the failure itself.
Yeah, I have a favorite saying around just that, and I had a proud mama moment a few months ago when my 7-year-old, I heard him say it to my 4-year-old who lost a game, and he said, "Decky, sometimes you win and sometimes you learn." And I was like, oh, like music to a mama's ears. It's one of my favorite sayings, and I say it to myself all the time. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn, and it's just the way that you're looking at quote unquote failure. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever failed in my life, and I don't mean that from like an arrogant kind of way. I just don't see it that way. I've made choices and I've learned from them, and I've made better choices since. But to that word really doesn't come into my vocabulary very often at all. So it really is a mindset game, and it is really about how you look at it, and that shapes what our reality actually is. So love it.
Yeah. Anything that you've been saying to yourself that, I may have failed or I failed that, turn it around and say, what did I learn from it? That's it. And it's a whole nother way of thinking about it. All right. So this is the 3 days. These are the tools that we were giving you. We gave you 3 tools from day one. We gave you sorry, I lost my train of thought. The clarity chart.
Yep.
I have the workbook in front of me. So we gave you the clarity chart, right? You went in and you created the 3 words for yourself and in the interaction. So now you can be of influence to anyone and anywhere, okay? On day 2, we gave you the high performance self-assessment, which is that little known secret of productivity. And if those of you who started using it are like, oh, right? You can self-diagnose what's been going wrong so that you can level up your productivity. Okay, so we did that. Today we went through that decision making, that opportunity evaluation tool that helps you make those instant decisions that you need to make confidently so you can constantly move forward. Now, many of you have asked, we love these tools. Why did you give it to us for free? Well, the reason why is because we want you to have them. And some of you even asked, how can we learn more, right? What would it be? What would it take to work with you? You guys talk about that your clients. What is it what more do you teach to your clients? If you're getting these in 3 days, imagine working over a period of time with us, what that would be. Now, if you were just here to just get these tools and go off with them, go. I mean, have fun, use them and tell us how they're working for you. That's why we gave you the top tools that we have so that you can have them. Now, we've got more. We've got so much more. And for those of you who are asking, what more do you have? Now you want to stay on with us. We're going to go over how you can work with us and what we have to offer to you so you can level up your life in just 12 weeks. In just 12 weeks, you could totally transform, start thinking from a new paradigm of thinking so that you are achieving all the things that you want to achieve. You are clear on your purpose. You're seeking all the results that you want for yourself. You're operating at a whole nother level. If that's what you want for yourself, then stay with us. We're going to be going into what it would look like working with us. All right, so shall I share my screen?
Yes.
All right, let's see if I can do this. Okay. I think I got it. Do you see my screen?
I do.
All right, perfect. All right, so we have what we call the 12-week Limitless Leader Accelerator Program. And this is what Alexis and I have been certified on. We're certified high performance coaches, and you get both of us. So you're not working with just one coach, you're working with both of us. All right. So again, I told you a little bit about me, but let me expand a little bit more because you want to know who you're working with. Let me take this logo off from the top really quick so you guys can see it all. Okay, is that better? Okay. So let me go through a little bit about myself. So yes, I am 43 years old, and I've been a corporate consultant for Kraft Heinz for 16 years, still going. Got a team that I work with; they're doing phenomenal. And I'm also the CEO of Goal Set Coach, co-founder of a nonprofit called SEMA. And as you get to know me, my mother was bipolar schizoaffective. Her name was SEMA. And when she passed, we started this nonprofit. So SEMA stands for Support, Embrace, Empower Mental Health Advocacy. And I can teach you or share with you more about that at a later time. I'm also a certified high performance coach, also certified John Maxwell speaker trainer. So you'll hear me say some things that John Maxwell teaches. Also a graduate of the Landmarks Team Management Leadership Program as well. So fun facts about me, I'm an American-born, Pakistani-born in Brooklyn, but raised in Arkansas, and I now live in Atlanta, Georgia. I married my college sweetheart of 20 years, and we have two beautiful daughters. They're 18 and 15. My goodness, I can't believe how fast they've grown. I'm a personal development junkie, if you don't know already. I love to travel. One of my favorite places to go, and I've been there 3 times already, and I think we're going to be going again probably pretty soon, is Sedona, Arizona. If you haven't been, the air is so crisp. The energy is so powerful. The red rock against the blue sky, if you've been, I mean, Alexis and I actually met in Arizona, so it's actually a pretty phenomenal place to meet. And the purpose of my life is to be fun, connected, and inspiring while empowering others like you to step into your own greatness and live a fulfilling life with freedom and joy. So that's a bit about me. Alexis, why don't you share about yourself?
Yes. So I am the COO of Goal Set Coach, also a certified high performance coach. I am also a college professor. I teach in the business department, and I am from just outside of a city just outside of Toronto, Canada. I was born in Northern Ontario. For anybody that is from Canada, you may understand. I am from the Great White North. And a little kind of some fun facts about myself. I was backpacking through Europe, and I took a 3-day tour, and I wound up marrying my tour guide. And we
How'd that happen?
almost 10 years ago. I am a boy mom to 2 amazing little guys. They are 7 and 4. They keep me very busy and keep life very full. I'm a psych major and love everything personal development. I'm a little bit of an adrenaline junkie. I got bit by the travel bug when I was around 19 years old, and I absolutely love to see the world, see different and experience different cultures, and read and write about all my adventures. And my purpose is to really be fully present and engaged, to embrace the beauty this world has to offer, and to appreciate and value my loved ones, and also to relentlessly pursue my dreams so that I might spark joy in others and inspire them to be bold in their own lives.
Love it. Isn't she great? Oh my God. And look at the kids. Oh my God. Love them.
Little faces.
All right. So let's keep going. So what is high performance? So many people ask us this, like, what is high performance and why is it important to me? Mm-hmm. So the question is to ask really is, what do the world's highest performing, most successful, and most fulfilled people do differently? Mm-hmm. Okay. So because clearly it's not easy, right? If it was easy, then we'd all be doing it. And there are 3 huge, awful, debilitating problems that we encounter, right? That's the 3 F's: the fear, the fatigue, the frustration that we're talking about here. And who hasn't gone through any of those 3, right? So how do the world's most successful people overcome fear, fatigue, and frustration and implement the right strategies and habits to dramatically advance their lives and careers? So that's what we're going to go over. Now, first, and I said this before, and I wanted to make sure that you guys really hit this. On day one, I talked about this. I'm going to say it again. Skepticism is welcome here, right? It's cool to say, well, I'm not sure if this is important in my life right now. You may even, ask like, what would happen if I really focused on this area as we go through these slides, right? Really think about it. And what would happen if I really focused on this area? And think beyond yourself. Like when we're going through what you can take on in our program, how might it improve in those areas that would help me, but also my family, team, my ambitions, and overall life goals? All right. Now, and again, who this won't help is the yeah, I already know what I need to do. I got the tools, I can do what I need to do. The thing is, that's great, but if you're here, there's something about discipline that maybe you need to start truly implementing so that you have that consistency in your life and that to reach that next level of excellence. So before you say I already know it all, think about, I do know it all, but I really want to be held accountable and actually implementing it all consistently. And if you're one of those that is just an excuse person that always finds an excuse, yeah, but what if, or yeah, but, then you know what? You'll always find an excuse not to do it, right? So, and then if you're a fear person, who's afraid to try new things, then this is probably not going to help you. Okay, if you're not ready to grow, you want to stay in that comfort zone, then this is not for you. Because in order to, what you have is what you have in your comfort zone. But if there's things that you're aspiring for yourself, that's going to be outside of your comfort zone, requires growth. And fear does set in, and using the tools that we've given you will help you overcome those. Now, if you're that I don't want to change person who wants to stay in that trapped place, then again, this won't help you, okay?
It's really for that open-minded person who feels that tug inside that there's more waiting for them. There's that next level. We want to help you get there.
That's right. So back to what is high performance? What do the world's highest performing, most successful, most fulfilled people do differently? Well, let's talk about what's not working right now, okay? You probably already do this stuff. What leads to initial success is not sufficient for long-term success. So we also always know that we need to get going. We need to start. We know what it takes to work hard, right? We're successful. We know what we need to do. We are passionate. We are being passionate. We're focusing on our strengths, and maybe we even practice a lot, and we're grateful, and we stick to it. Okay, that's great. That gets you going. But how do you stay sufficient over the long term? So that you're more fulfilled, and you're not running out of that. What do you call that? The gas that you want. How do you reach that next level of abundant success while avoiding burnout and false obligations, right? Putting those boundaries up where you're not going after those shiny object syndromes or being taken over by somebody else's agenda, and then be feeling burnt out because you're always go, 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 or running the midnight oil, right? So that's what we're talking about here. So what we're going to share with you today is based on the world's largest study of high performers, all right? So Alexa and I got certified by the High Performance Institute, and why we were so attracted to them was based off of the study that they did. And those questions that they seek for getting answers to was the three questions were, why do some individuals and teams succeed more quickly than others and sustain that success over the long term, right? So think about like these, like Oprah Winfrey and Elon Musk and Obama and all these people who have these teams that are very successful and have them thriving, right? And how they keep going over the long term. And of those who pull it off, why are some miserable and others happy on the journey, right? Yeah. Why do people, this is key, right? Why is it that only 3 to 5% of small businesses, if you're in a business, actually succeed? but then more than 95% of them will actually fail, and because they're miserable and they're burnt out, right?
This was a key for me because, you know what, I've heard all the productivity hacks. I've heard all the tips for, staying focused and goal setting and goal achieving. But very few people talk about, how can you hit those goals in so many different areas, but do it striving happily, right? Actually enjoying the journey. It's, I think it's something that people don't talk about. They're talking about more now, but, all of the stuff that we heard before was about, how do you get there? What do you need to do? Okay, head down, keep going forward. Yes, that helps you get started, but how do you hit that level of success? How do you do it quicker than your peers, quicker than those around you, and sustain it over the long term and enjoy it? That's where I was like, yes, that is the question, right?
Yes.
And then this third one, what motivates people to reach for higher levels of success in the first place? What kind of habits, training, and support help them to continue to improve? So this study started with these questions, right? And really, it was a massive study. There was over 1 million assessments done. They did everything from global surveys to structured one-on-one interviews with some of the world's top 2%. So we're talking about the billionaires. We're talking about, the people who have had massive, massive success on any and every scale. They've gone through a number of different academic literature reviews, data points, all the things. And they really found that by having these conversations, by doing these assessments, they really started to narrow down that high performers, they were all doing certain things that 98% of the population wasn't doing.
That's right. So those variables that they were looking at that help people achieve for the long-term success the most, they came up with, they narrowed it down to, there was 100 plus performance variables. And they picked the habits that were that could be measured by being deliberate, observable, malleable, trainable, and effective across domains. And after doing that, they came up with these 6 main habits. All right. And these main habits are seeking clarity, right? You hear this all the time. Be very clear, right? Generating energy. Who doesn't want to generate energy? We don't want to be tired and fatigued and frustrated. We want to have that optimal energy for the long range, right? And then raise necessity, knowing your why, really being emotionally connected to what your why is. Increasing your productivity. That's why you guys are here. You want to increase your productivity. You want to hit those next levels of success. Developing influence. Develop your influence, right? Again, you want to be influential anywhere with anyone. And then demonstrate courage. We're talking about next level confidence here. All right. And so the Institute defined the high performance as succeeding beyond the standard norms consistently over the long term, while maintaining well-being and positive relationships. That's the key here, right? Most people, they're disbalanced in the way that they're, they may be more successful in one area, but then at the sacrifice of maybe their family, their friends, their personal life, or their health.
You get that promotion, but at the cost of your marriage. Or, you get the accolade, you get the recognition in your professional career, but it almost kills you, literally, right? So it's really about not just succeeding beyond your peers, beyond those around you. It's not just about doing it over the long term, not just on one project or in one kind of season of your life. It's doing it over the long term, but again, striving happily, being with the focus on, positive relationships. So you're nurturing those relationships along the way so that you've got somebody to celebrate when you are hitting all those success peaks. And your physical, mental, and emotional well-being is always at the forefront.
That's right. So it's not all about strengths either. You can have all the strengths in the world, but without the right habits, you don't get anything done. Okay. So high performers, they don't report working on their strengths any more than other people do, right? And the question they ask less often is, who am I and what am I good at? And I did a poll on this, Alexis, and a lot of people think that that's what's important, is that they need to know who they are and what they're good at. But really what's needs to be asked more often is, what is required to be of service here, and how can I grow into that or lead others to deliver service?
Mm-hmm.
Such a game changer in the way you operate, the way you lead yourself and lead others. It's a service of others that you're seeing here.
Yeah. And that's such, and it's, you know what, a lot of people think it's like, you hear that, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? In interviews, you're asked that all the time. But in this massive study, it didn't come down to strengths, what somebody was naturally talented at or somebody was naturally good at. It really came to them looking at, okay, well, who do I have to be to get to that next level, right? If we're focused on our strengths, what we're good at, what comes naturally to us, we're going to stay at the level we're at, right? Like, doesn't that make, once you say it out loud, you're like, duh, right? That makes sense. But I myself was like, okay, when I first got into teaching, I was like, okay, what are you good at? What are your strengths when you're, talking to students? And I think to myself now, oh my gosh, the conversations that I've had, where is, now that I know better, I do better, right? But it's not just about those strengths. Again, they're important in maybe getting you started, but when you want to continue leveling up your game, you have to ask yourself these questions. What is required to be of service here? How might I grow into that, or lead others in order to hit that next level?
Game changer question right there,
Absolutely.
right? All right, so what? The real question becomes, how did high performers get that way? And how did they develop those habits? And how do they keep growing and succeed over the long term? Well, we put our clients through this high performance 12-week program, and we want to share with you these results that they had so you can kind of get that. Then we'll go into the how. All right. So we want to introduce you to Amanda Garrett. All right. She wanted to create her CEO lifestyle. She's a mother of 3. She's a bridal designer of 8 years. Okay. When she came to us, she was feeling stressed from work, leaving her overwhelmed, exhausted, no energy to be with her kids, her husband. She said that she was totally operating on autopilot. We probably all do it, right? We're physically there, but mentally not present at all, right? That's how she was working. She felt fatigued most of the time and didn't sleep well. She's just felt stuck in her business. She didn't even know how to move forward. She says it was like living in a fog. And then after going through our 12-week program, her results were so profound. Actually, Alexis, they were within the first few weeks, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
First, I think 2-3 weeks, she just completely changed. She called and said, she's like, I feel good. I can sleep better. Her self-esteem had skyrocketed. Her mental health, she says, now is at a all-time high. And just in a few weeks, she was able to go from being totally stuck in a low place to completely thriving. And she was there just where you are in one of our master classes just a few months back. And it's a matter of a few weeks, these are the results she's having. She now knows how to value scheduling everything in her life, right? Rather than doing that big to-do list. So if you're big on that to-do list and that's all you're doing, you're not expanding yourself. You're not really seeing the big picture of your life. And now she's spending that quality time with her husband and children every day. And the key is quality time, right? And even during the pandemic when weddings weren't going on, she was able to gain 20 new high-paying clients. Yes, she doubled her price. She now has even hired an intern and an assistant. And she didn't even see herself as a leader or people, being able to have employees, right? And so she goes, a great problem for her to have now. Now we're looking at how she can scale, right? She says right now, I have to turn away clients since she's fully booked. It's pretty mind-blowing, like how far she's come. It still puts tears in my eyes. So let's talk about Sadia. Sadia, she got 3 promotions in 18 months and doubled her side hustle. All right. She's also a mother of 3. She's an account executive for Williams Sonoma and now a CEO of Zumba by Sadia. And she says that after her 40th birthday, she discovered that she was really unhappy and unsatisfied with her life. She felt like her 9-to-5 job was just leaving her unfulfilled. And so when she came to us, she was just like always putting other people's needs first, forgetting about her own self. She said her mental health was declining. Her words were that she had more depressed days than happy days and little to no self-care. So she also went through our 12-week program. She's now then progressed into other programs that we have. But she went through that 12-week program and she gained confidence in herself and her mental health improved dramatically, resulting in obtaining 3 promotions. That's not 1, not 2, but 3 promotions in under 18 months. And she says that she looks and feels younger. Look at how beautiful she is. She looks and feels younger than she looked and felt 10 years ago. And she says, when you look and feel good, you want to do good for others. So she said her mindset has changed to being a limitless leader and empowered me to grow. So now she started her side hustle a few months back. It's called Zumba by Sadia. You can look her up and follow her. And within 3 months, she had 1,000 members because she was able to influence anyone, anywhere, and show that presence. And in her Facebook group, it now has more than 15 paying clients. Yes, more than 15 paying clients. And she launched her health coaching program as well. Pretty incredible. And how is she doing it all? She's got like 3 kids. She's got a full-time job, side hustle, health coaching program. She's doing it all and living her life. You can follow her on social media. She'll be more than happy to have you follow her. You can find her. I think her Facebook group is Zumba by Sadia. So you can follow her and just ask her like what was her profound effects. She'll be more than happy to tell you. So how do we get you there? Now you guys are going to ask like how do we get you there? So Alexis, you want to go in through the pillars of the high
performance? So by mastering the pillars of high performance, and you see the 6 P's on the screen here, and we really dive deep into each of these areas over the course of the 12 weeks and really lead you through first, and introductory, if you will, type of conversation around them, and really leading you with profound questions that get you to think on a deeper level that you probably have not thought of in a really long time, if ever. And then the second half really takes you to that mastery level. And one of the biggest ones we start with is that psychology, right? And we're looking at your thoughts, how your thoughts are serving you or not serving you, your confidence level and the joy that you're feeling at this age and stage of your life. And one of the exercises is that clarity exercise that we went through with you guys in day 1. And we lead our clients through that as well. So we're actually giving you the tools that we take our clients through. And this is one of the first ones. And it's so important because by a focus on that mindset, you're really getting clear and intentional around who you are, how you show up, and how you can continue to progress into next levels. The next area that we dive into is physiology, right? This is all about our health and emotion, right? We're looking at that capital E energy in terms of how you're taking care of yourself, and also that the physical, emotional, and mental, physical, and emotional energy, and how you're able to generate the energy that you need to reach those higher levels. Then we dive into productivity. And this is one of my favorite sessions, hands down. We talk about, are you doing your life's work, the things that are important to you, or just busy work, right? Are you focusing on to-dos and not the things that really light you up? We give you tons of tools and strategies to 5x your productivity every single week and just crush those goals so much quicker than if you were to be doing them on your own without the strategy, without the tools, and without the accountability. And then the last section here is people, and where we really dive into your relationships. And it's so important that we are looking at all the different types of relationships in your life, whether that's your personal ones, professional ones. We really help to teach you to raise your effectiveness in the areas of influence and persuasion, allowing you to amplify your impact on others. We want you to build deeper, more meaningful relationships and become more self-aware yourself so that you can have those authentic relationships. And then all of those four major areas are kind of sits on the foundation of presence and purpose. And presence really looks at, are you fully engaging life, right? Are you living in the moment? Are you able to start to create the life that you want, the life that you've been working so hard for? And how do you get really present and really intentional into the moment in all of these different areas? And then the last one is purpose. And, there's, whether you call it, your purpose or your mission or your calling, whatever you might want to, we call it purpose, for our purposes. But we really look at, how do you stay on your unique path despite all the distractions, all the things pulling for our attention? How do you know when you should quit something versus sticking to it, right? Oftentimes we find ourselves doing things not because it's what we truly want, but it might have been the wishes of our parents. It might have been what we thought we had to do. It might just be what we've always done. So how do you dive deeper into your truth and your purpose and how you want to be leading your life? So these 6 pillars combined allow you to really take not just your mindset, but when you elevate your mindset, your thoughts, your ideas, and your actions and behaviors follow. And you start making huge shifts in your life.
That's right. So let's get into, now that you know, and I know you're like, okay, I want all of these things. How do I get it? Sign me up, whatever, how do I get it? And what will it look like? So let's get into that. Okay. So we want you to join now into our program. And this is what we're going to give you. You are going to have access to both of us, myself and Alexis, as your certified high performance coaches. Okay. You're going to get 12 weekly coaching calls. We're going to go through each one of the certified high performance program step by step over the next 12 weeks. All right. You're going to get the certified high performance worksheets. You're also going to get put into a private Facebook community with like-minded people as yourself who are also on that journey of really hitting those next level of successes. All right. And we will be in there with you every step of the way. We will also give you access to recordings, and there'll be many more additional resources that you're going to find very useful. All right. And what we've really made it simple for all of you all by just narrowing it down to 2 payment options that you can have, right? The first one is when you can pay in full for $19.97, one-time pay in full, you get everything from the get-go. Or if you need something that's a little bit more friendly in payment, right? So you can do 2 payments of $11.97. Yeah, $11.97, 2 payments. And the second payment will come out in 30 days. Okay. So whichever one works better for you, you can sign up now. You save when you pay in full. You're paying a little bit, close to $2,400 if you're doing it in payment plan. Now, fast action bonus. So for those of you who are like, sign me up, let's go. We have a fast action bonus for you that if you sign up over the next 48 hours, we will also give you access to our 12 weekly Monday mindset calls. Okay. So our other calls are on Thursdays, and then that's our high performance coaching calls, okay, that you'll be calling into. And then Mondays will be our mindset calls to get you going for that week. It's really powerful. I think that it's one of the most powerful things I think we started including in some of our programs. And so we're going to give you access to that as well. Okay. All right. So if you are thinking about like, is this for me? We give you a tool that you can start using for decision making. You can figure out what is pulling your heart, what your head, your growth, your productivity, right? Was it impact,
Okay.
right? So think about all of those things. And if that's something that you're looking for, you liked what we taught you over the last 3 days, you want more, Marie and Alexis, I want more, and I really want to make sure that I'm applying it every single day in my life, then join us so we can hold your hand over the next 12 weeks, get you really solid so that you can take off with these tools and really applying them every day. In 12 weeks, I mean, actually within the first 3-4 weeks, you will be unrecognizable by your family and friends. You can,
Absolutely.
you can even reach out to Amanda and Sadia, and they can even tell you,
And
right?
barely scratched the surface. Think about it. We were less than an hour for 2-3 days. We've barely scratched the surface on what we can get into and share with you and the tools that we have. And I want to stress the 12-week weekly program with the calls. We are following a curriculum. You're following the exact program that Oprah has been led through, that Usher has been led through, that Elon Musk has been led through. These are some of the celebrity clients that have actually gone through and will be asked the same questions and shared the same tools that we got certified and will share with you. So this is not just let's come on and talk about your feelings kind of coaching, although there is a place for that and I'm not knocking it, but this is actually science-backed, empirically sound curriculum that has been developed. And the 6 habits that were found were really from a number of data points and over 100 variables that could give you success. These are the ones that were proven, that were scientifically proven by the world's highest performers, that they do on an ongoing basis. And we want to teach you that as well. And we would love for you to join our family, to come on board as the limitless leader that we know that you are, and level up in your mindset, your relationships, your health and your emotions, your business, your career, and all your ambitions. We want to help get you there because your success is our success. You won't find 2 more dedicated, passionate coaches because we're living our purpose and our mission when you allow us in. And when you join us on this journey, we will cheer for you. We will hold you accountable, but we're not going to, let you off easy either. It is going to be a challenging 12 weeks where we're going to get you to dig deep. That's where real progress, real growth, real change happens.
Yeah. For those of you who are wanting to be more influential in your lives, right? In every aspect, whether you're looking to be at that next level in your career, whether it's to you're starting a new business or you're in the middle of your business and you want to go to next levels, or you want to take your leadership levels to the next level because you were like, I don't know, why would people follow me, right? This is a course for you, right? This is the program for you. If you're wanting to accelerate your productivity, you want to be laser focused on your goals, we will hold you accountable and say, you, Alexis, for example, Alexis, or you so-and-so had said that you wanted to be accomplishing this over the next 90 days. We hold you to it. So be ready for the ride. You are going to be doing it. And there's going to be bumps along the road, right? You're going to be confronted. I can't do this, but what if, all these things. That's why we are there with you. You've got 2 of us. So we're always available to you so that when you're stuck, we make sure that we help you walk you through it. What really has you stuck? And what if you do get over that? There is no failure. Failure doesn't happen. It doesn't exist. You're learning along the way. And that's what we're going to hold you to. Okay? And think about what impact it's going to have on your health. When you start operating at that whole nother level, your health will start to improve. You'll start to sleep better. You'll start to eat better. You'll start to feel like a badass that you are, right? And that's what's really important. Your relationships are going to thrive. We're going to talk about them, right? Whether you want to or not, we're going to talk about them because without having the balance in your relationships, it's going to seep into other areas of your life, your health, your wealth, and everything else. So we are going to talk about how to have those powerful relationships for yourself. We already talked about performance. We also talked about your career and your ambitions, taking it to the next level. Just your overall quality of life. Think about that. So your overall quality of life, you are successful because you use the tools that you already had to get to where you are today. Right? Now, a year from now, where do you see yourself? Where do you want to be? Think about that. Just close your eyes and really think about it. Where do you want to see yourself be? And if you were still here where you are now, would you be happy with that? Right? I know there are things that I want to do, things I want to accomplish over the next year, that big goals and dreams that I really want to get close to or actually accomplish. Then I'm going to do what it's going to take and make sure that I have the structure and the team surrounding me to make sure that I can reach there. So if that's you and you want to have that team around you, then join our 12-week program. We're so excited to have you, onboard you, bring you into our community and hug you and help you every step of the way over the next 12 weeks. It's going to be a fun ride. All right, so I put the link down below. It says join now. So goalsetcoach.com/limitless. All right, so that's where you can go to sign up right now. Now, if you have a little bit more questions, you can reach out to Jamie, your concierge. If you want to have a conversation with us, you can DM us, DM myself or Alexis. You can set up a connect call with us. And a lot of people, a lot of you already, we've been in the DMs, we've been voice messaging back and forth anyway. So just say, I have a few questions. There's a few things that I need. We can walk through those. We can happily answer those questions for you. All right. So we hope to see you on the other side. Now, this is not over yet, right? So this is the end of the 3-day masterclass, but we still have more coming. Tomorrow, we are going to announce the winner, right? The winner of the most engaged, registered here with us that's been along the journey over the last 3 days. We're going to announce who the winner is, and we have a prize for you that we're going to offer. And then those of you who are like, oh my God, this was phenomenal, and I need more people to know this, invite 5 people so that we can give you that productivity planner. And for those of you who joined us late today and are wondering, what the heck is Marina and Alexis talking about? Who are these people? What's going on? Go back and listen to day 1, day 2, day 3. You're at the very end of day 3 where we're talking about how to join a program. But we gave these phenomenal tools that you can start using right away. And it's not too late for you to join in and be part of the giveaway tomorrow. So make sure that you do that binge watching today to get caught up and interact and do all of your homework.
Do it for yourself. Invest in yourself. Invest in your family. Invest in your health. Invest in your future. I'm telling you, both myself and Marina have been through this program a number of times, and I can say without hesitation that I would not be where I am today if I didn't find this program myself 4 years ago. So it is a 100% for you if you feel that tug inside that there is more for you in this life, that there's a next level waiting for you. Let us help you get there quicker. Let us share what we know. Let us support you in your journey. It is going to be one hell of a ride if you join us. I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait. So join now, and we will see you on the other side, and we'll get started. Get ready. Get your bootstraps tied up, and let's go. All right, everyone. So that was the end of the 3-day. We went over many 3 tools our last 3 days, and we also shared with you about our program. Tomorrow we'll be back live sharing with you who the winner is of the challenge of this past week and who is the most engaged is going to get. We're going to reveal a prize to them. So make sure you stay tuned. It's going to be at noon, right? At noon tomorrow. So be sure you're on. And then we're going to be in the DMs answering some questions. So we may have some other bonus sessions come along too, because I know you guys are on fire. You want more. And hey, don't forget, take action. 48 hours, the next 48 hours, join in and get those Monday mindset calls as well. Those are fire. Those are real fires. So make sure you join really quick and get on those as well. All right, everyone, that's it for today. Super excited. We will be in the DMs with you all. We will be commenting. So any questions that you have, let us know. All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.